Hi everybody, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts. This is a special episode. I'm going to do a marine reptile today, and that would be Liopleurodon. Now, Liopleurodon in Latin means smooth-sided tooth. Its length can be 20 to 25 feet, weight 2,000 to 4,000 pounds. Time period, Jurassic period, late Jurassic period, 60 to 153 million years ago. And fossils are found in England, France, and Germany, and possible finds in Argentina and Mexico. Now, when we look at Liopleurodon, it is actually a pliosaur, a subfamily of plesiosaurs. And so pliosaurs are part of the plesiosaur group. And so pliosaurs are large-bodied marine reptiles. They have very long skulls, short necks, and very big, powerful flippers. And the biggest of the pliosaurs would actually just be Pliosaurus, but I don't remember what kind of species it was. It was originally called Predator X, but let me know what the actual name of Predator X really is. And so, Liopleurodon is pretty much has the characteristics of a pliosaur, like I said before. You know, large-bodied, long skull, short neck, and also 4 big, powerful flippers. It has a short tail. And pretty much what it actually was going to be eating was pretty much like sharks, fish, and some smaller marine reptiles, and even squid. And so that's what it was pretty much going after. Now, Liopleurodon has been shown in Walking with Dinosaurs in the episode Cruel Sea. Now, in that episode, they actually claimed that Liopleurodon could actually get to 82 feet and weigh 20 tons. Well, first of all, that was not scientifically accurate, because when we look at that, that is just more to make it look like it was like the biggest reptile that ever lived, you know. But really, it isn't, because pretty much the biggest reptile to live, I believe, is a plesiosaur, if I remember correctly. But let me know what is the biggest reptile that ever lived in the past. It has to be somewhere in the dinosaurs. That's all I remember. And we actually see that Liopleurodon was going after adult marine reptiles, and even going after sharks. And so sharks are the right thing, but going after adult marine reptiles, I think that's a little bit far-fetched, because since it's the largest species for rocks, Liopleurodon for rocks, is considered to be between 20 to 25 feet in length, and so that would actually be the case, is that Liopleurodon could only get to that maximum size there, is between 20 to 25 feet and weigh between 2,000 to 4,000 pounds. And it has very large teeth in its jaws, capable of grabbing and hanging on, not designed to slash or make prey bleed to death. This is actually more towards grabbing and hanging on. And so this is actually pretty much grabbing anything that is probably fast-moving, possibly slippery. And so that would actually make it the idea that it was going after fish, squid, and some small marine reptiles. So the small marine reptiles would actually be going after is probably like juvenile plesiosaurs, juvenile ichthyosaurs. And that's probably what it was actually eating most of the time for the marine reptiles. It possibly could be cannibalistic too. It could actually be able to eat its babies, its juveniles, if they had to. And I believe Liopleurodon is probably very territorial, like most marine reptiles during the time of the dinosaurs in the Mesozoic era, is that they were very territorial, and so they did not gather together very much, only pretty much during mating. And so mating season is probably when the Liopleurodons were actually together most of the time. But territorial, like say, they'd be very fierce toward each other. They would not eat each other very much. They would actually just possibly like injure the animal as much as possible in order for that animal to go away. And so that's pretty much what it actually would be. But sharks will not stand a chance against Liopleurodon. The only prehistoric shark, if it did live at that particular time, to come across Liopleurodon would be Megalodon, but Megalodon lived way after Liopleurodon, and so. And that's when you actually have Liopleurodon possibly would have been scavenged by sharks whenever like sharks ever came across a dead carcass of a Liopleurodon. But Liopleurodon probably could have a very significant amount of speed, probably not as fast as the Ichthyosaurus, but it could actually possibly go at a speed of probably say maybe 20 miles per hour at a good speed. And so, but even though it is a smaller pliosaur, so it would actually be a little bit more agile than the other pliosaurs, like Chronosaurus and even Pliosaurus, because Chronosaurus and Pliosaurus are pretty much the biggest pliosaurs to ever live, and so that would actually give the idea is that Liopleurodon could be more agile than those type of pliosaurs. And a typical pliosaur would actually have a very strong bite, and so it would actually have a bite that would actually be able to not only just snap the bones of fish and some juvenile marine reptiles, it would just pretty much just kill its prey within an instant. So very powerful bite. And probably like crocodiles, the muscles were pretty much right in the back of the jaws and even right at the neck. And so that's where you would give that powerful bite, and they would actually just be twisting or shaking its prey to tear apart the prey to make it good chunks to actually swallow. Because Liopleurodon did not chew its food, it actually just bit, shook, and tore its prey like that, and then just ate whatever it could. And of course, the extinction of Liopleurodon is that pretty much is that the climate just pretty much changed. Sea levels were probably just were starting to get lower, and so that would actually give the idea is that Liopleurodon's habitat was pretty much becoming a little bit more like land. But it wasn't until the mid part of the Cretaceous is where you actually have the flooding of the just basically flooding almost everywhere in the earth at that time. And so that's when you actually see in the mid to late Cretaceous is that around that time it was 75%, the planet was 75 to 80% water, and so that was pretty significant. That's much higher than what it is today, and so that is actually pretty significant. And also the planet was starting to cool down a little bit during the Cretaceous, and also new predators were coming in, and also the one predator that actually gave pliosaurs a big problem was Mosasaurus. And so once Mosasaurus came in, that was pretty much gone for the pliosaurs. But the pliosaurs didn't totally go extinct until the mid part of the Cretaceous, and that's when the Mosasaurs were starting to take over the oceans, and that's why the pliosaurs were pretty much went extinct. But Liopleurodon just went extinct because of climate change. Could not adapt to the new types of changes into the environment. Alright, that's it for now. Now, next week will be a Q&A episode, so if you got any questions about dinosaurs or any other prehistoric life, feel free to email me at dinochrist71@gmail.com, or just go on my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts of Dino Chris. Like the page, you guys should post your questions on the wall or in the comments section. Remember, keep your questions short to the point, and I want scientific good questions. I don't want too many simple questions, because simple, like saying how fast was this dinosaur, or what is the bite force of this dinosaur. I just want scientific explanation a little bit. I just want a little explanation a little bit. So give me your ideas of, like, give me your opinion of, like, how a certain animal could actually behave, and just answer me the question. And so on and so forth. You know, like I said, just make sure you keep it to the point. And also, you could also follow me on Twitter at CSJRILL. That's my Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there. Also, take care of the people around you. And also, for younger people out there, to make sure to listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. It's the best motivation you could have. Good education. It's very important to have a good education. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. All right, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next week.